Good morning.
Hello. If you'd like to stand, we'll sing our call to worship. Okay, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Planting a garden of love, we put our hearts into every seed, walking in joy, calling to spirit, filling our lives with prosperity. It's more certain than truth, closer than near. All we could hope for and more is already here. Planting a garden of love, we put our hearts into every seed, walking in joy, calling to spirit, filling our lives with prosperity. It's more certain than truth, closer than near. All we could hope for and more is already here.
Good morning, one and all. Welcome to Unity of Traverse City. And for anyone who is here for the very first time, my name is Michael Robold, and I am happy to be the worship assistant today. And I'm sure that as we are in the final week of February, many of you are looking forward to spring, maybe. I've seen signs of spring. I've heard of people seeing robins, and we had a eagle's nesting, a porcupine walk through our yard. I didn't see it, I just saw the tracks. And then this morning, I was greeted by a little spider in our sink. And I don't know how you feel about spiders and snakes, but we honor them for the work they do because they are wonderful servants. And you could say the same thing about bats. A lot of creatures that, for some people, they're the enemy, but we don't see it that way. And the stragglers are coming in. We have a few announcements. Father Fred Frostbite food drive, as Kelly said, it's a frostbite food drive. It wouldn't be a frostbite food drive if we didn't have frost, and he's correct on that. And for those of you who haven't been here in a while, you'll see a wonderful display that Molly put together. Took her about 5 minutes, I guess. And there is a secret code in there. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it at first, but it's there. And we want to thank each and every one of you who participated, whether you are donating food, donating money, you donated time to be at the Father Fred booth. And today is the final day, so we do need a volunteer or two, maybe even 3, to package it all up and get it over to the Father Fred store. And it's been a wonderful program with many Unity folks participating, and certainly there are so many people in our community who will certainly appreciate all that has been done for them, not just from us, of course, but the whole community. We all work together for the betterment of everyone. The annual meeting. Now, the annual meeting takes place after a potluck, so if you haven't attended an annual meeting before, you're welcome. There will be voting for members only to elect our new Board of Trustees, and then we'll have someone or at least one person on the ballot for a nominating committee. So it's very important that we have enough people to form a quorum, and it's not a lot of people, but we'd certainly appreciate everyone who can attend to be here. The meeting will start promptly at 12:30, and it's going to be quite short, according to the president. Probably shorter than my announcements. The Compassionate Choices Group is meeting Wednesday from 6 to 7:30, and that's right at the other end in the fellowship hall. Everyone is encouraged to attend who may not have participated in the past, but the group is exploring our daily choices that can reflect our deepest values. So plan on coming if this is of interest to you. Lori Coburn would like to talk to you about her program coming up.
Well, if you were here last week, you heard the announcement for the Sedona Method Workshop next Saturday from 10 to noon. And the Sedona Method is a very easy, quick way to release negative feelings. And you ask yourself a series of questions. And I'm so excited because 15 of us are coming already. And when you do it with a partner, it's that much more effective. So it's really cool. So there's a sign-up sheet out there. And it's a $20 love offering donation. All donations go to the church here. But if you don't have that, don't let that stop you from coming. But I need to know approximately how many people are coming so I know how many bagels to buy and how many worksheets to print up. And so it's going to be fun. I'm just so excited about it because I've used it for years and I've done it with friends and partners. And when you have an issue that's bothering you, and you do it by yourself, but if you have a partner who's saying, okay, let's walk you through this process, it's like you release it, you let it go. So we're all going to be flying high because there's so many people coming. So I look forward to seeing you maybe next Saturday.
Thank you, Laurie. And with that kind of enthusiasm, it's going to be a wonderful program. If you haven't yet had the opportunity or remembered to vote, we do have a contest that we're participating in, and that is the video that Roland put together. We saw that, was it last week or the week before? It's a very excellent production, and according to Judy, we have a good chance of winning because we're special, exactly. So all you have to do is go to the website, the Unity website, and it's right there on the website to access the voting. And then the board minute. Who is doing that? The whole board?
At least. It's a stretched minute. Well, good morning, everyone. We're very excited to share kind of what we did in our last meeting in February here, our February meeting. And I'm going to let you guys start first, okay?
I was going to talk just real briefly again about the video contest. So I do have a link on our Facebook page. I was just checking out the link, and sometimes it doesn't play nice, and it just takes you to our Facebook Messenger. So if it does that, go ahead and you can just write in the messenger box and I'll send you the link. But I also sent it in the e-newsletter. There's a link available there. But if you have any trouble, just message and I will give you the link, and it takes you right to the Unity Worldwide Ministries website. And then there's all the videos. You can watch them. They're kind of fun to watch. But please make sure to vote for our video. And they have some youth group videos too, and they'll ask you to vote for one of those as well. And I think those are really fun too. Yes, Brooke? You can, unfortunately, you can only vote one time. So make sure that your vote counts for us, and the winner of the contest gets $500, and the winners will be announced on March 13th. And then also there's the can structure contest as well. That link is also available on our Facebook page and in the e-news that I sent. So there's a link, it goes to the Father Fred Facebook page, and then there's like all of the can structure entries are on there, and you have to scroll down to our page that has the little logo there, and that's where you would click like, and that's how you vote for our can structure.
I just have a quick announcement. We have purchased the closed captioning devices, or the closed captioning software for the congregation. And so we have it, and we're just waiting to have it installed. Yes, so that'll be happening soon. Closed captioning for the, that will appear when any spoke, like the message or anything, we will also have the captioning on it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and my announcement is we are really trying to promote the amphitheater. We have such a beautiful space out there, and we really just want to use it more this year. It's been many years since we've really gotten much use out of it. So if any of you have any good ideas about how we can have any kind of activities or concerts or workshops or whatever, please let the board know, because we'd really like to plan some activities for out there.
And I actually, with the C team, I got approved to have an event in the amphitheater. It is scheduled for, it's a ways from now, it's Saturday, June 14th. It is the Goddess Within Women's Divine Feminine workshop. And so that will be, there'll be information to follow when it gets closer to that time. That's going to be in the amphitheater if the weather is good, yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Meg, Mary Ann, and Molly. And my sharing today is about the fact that a couple weeks ago, a number of you wrote down some good ideas. We're asking for your ideas for the Prosperity Team, which is made up of Michael Robold and Brooke Borgerson-Gray and Scylla Payne, who's not here today. And we've had some really wonderful fundraising, kind of easy things to pull together, and some of you wrote down some great ideas, and we just want to say, give us more. And it's when we get your ideas, they go to the board, and we really go over them and try to see what we can create from what you've shared. So we're just going to hope you'll keep those ideas coming. And we, like, for instance, the next one we're hoping is to come back to, remember the Easter basket one, where people or a business can do a basket and it can be like a silent auction for it. So that's our next one. Things that don't require a lot of manpower, but that we can get going and have fun with them especially. So thank you so much for letting us share this board minute. We hope you'll be able to come to the meeting this afternoon. It's my last day as board president after 2 years of being board president, so sort of a happy, sad thing for me today. It's been such a great group to work with. So please join us this afternoon. We'll try to make it fun. Okay.
Libby just sort of stole my opening line, because I was going to say that we are very sad that this is her last day today, but we are so grateful for all of the wonderful warmth and humor and leadership and commitment and all the other wonderful qualities that she has brought to the board and shared with all of us and with the whole congregation as well. And so we didn't want this day to go by without recognizing Libby. So, well, I will let you open it. So we wanted to honor Libby with a little memento and a little thank you. Yeah.
So I'm going to pull an Yvette, so I thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. It's just been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Oh. It says Libby Robold, Board President 2023 to 2025, with heartfelt gratitude for your leadership, service, commitment, compassion, and joy. Unity Spiritual Center of Traverse City.
This is the grace chant. It's the one that's in a round. We'll sing it in unison once and in a round twice. And you guys on that side go first with Meg.
Into thy hands I commit my spirit. Thy will is my will. Heal me at death, so that I may glorify God. Reveal that which needs to be revealed. Heal that which needs to be healed, so that I may glorify God. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. Thy will is my will. Heal me at depth, so that I may glorify God. Reveal that which needs to be revealed. Heal that which needs to be healed, so that I may glorify God. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. Thy will is my will. Heal me at depth, so that I may glorify God. Reveal that which needs to be revealed. Heal that which needs to be healed, so that I may glorify God. Into thy hands I commit my spirit. Thy will is my will. Heal me at depth, so that I may glorify God. Reveal that which needs to be.
Sorry, I kept going. I got excited. I kept going.
Whatever. That's okay.
At this time in the service, we have an opening prayer. And for today's opening prayer, I'd like to read from the Unity Treasure Chest, a wonderful collection of Unity writers from quite some time ago. And this one is from Martha Smock. So if you could just go to that space where you allow yourself to relax and turn within, recognizing that you are here in a place that is of love and kindness, acceptance, and the warmth that we feel when we come together is truly all that Charles and Myrtle Fillmore could have dreamed of when they first began. No other way. Could we but see the pattern of our days, we should discern how devious were the ways by which we came to this, the present time, this place in life, and we should see the climb our soul has made up through the years. We should forget the hurts, the wanderings, the fears, the wastelands of our life, and know that we could come no other way or grow into our good without these steps our feet found hard to take, our faith found hard to meet. The road of life winds on, and we, like travelers, go from turn to turn until we come to know the truth that life is endless and that we forever are inhabitants of all eternity. And so it is. Amen. There is an affirmation on the screen. Let us affirm that together. Together, I embody divine wisdom. And as the lights dim, we allow ourselves to bring on the darkness around us. As the eyes close, we turn within to the light that is always there, the Christ light. We are never alone. And through all the trials and tribulations, we remember, I am a child of God. I'm a child of God, and I trust that everything is in divine order. Whatever the world deals with, whatever we individually face, we are not alone. We are surrounded by loving friends, family, companions, and God is always there. So in the silence, release any concerns or worries, fears, frustrations with what the world has to offer us. And know this too shall pass. And when you let go and release, you open up to so much that is so much greater. Go there now. Letting go and trusting. Not always easy. And yet, each and every day, we can let go of something and bring in the knowledge that there is much to be grateful for. And it is our gratitude and our belief in one another's goodness that makes the world a better place. And so it is. Amen.
much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. And God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light. God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Oh, lovely. That I saw it. Yeah. Not the first time. That is such a beautiful song. And you did it so well, Carol, Meg, and Libby. Wow. I think that song is one of my prayers on almost a daily basis. I'll be singing that around the house. We don't really need any more than that, do we? Just use me, God. Here I am. Ready, willing, able. Use me in whatever way you need me to be, who you need me to be. So this day of the annual meeting, in my mind, is a day of celebration. Yes, it's a business meeting, sure. We have to do that. In fact, there's a law to all, I guess, incorporated organizations like ours. All churches have to have them. Yesterday, I was asked by Bob, how many annual meetings have you been to, Judy? And I started to chalk them up. And I started with Unity, and I went to, Unity churches where I've served, or I've been the spouse, and I went through all those years, and then I went to some other denominations where I happened to be spending some time with my husband, and then when I was transition consultant and regional rep, I went to some of our churches for their annual meetings to moderate them, and came out with something like 40 plus at least. And I get excited about them because I think today is both an ending and it's a beginning. It's an ending of this last year and where we've come since the moment that little study group was meeting in some little, what was it? So we talked about them last night, guys. What was that? They left it a women's club. And then it became bigger than a study group. And then it became a church, or a body. And then the Holidays donated the land, and the church was built here. This building was built, and it was dedicated in 80 what? I thought it was before that. I was here, 83, 1983, it was dedicated. That doesn't seem like that long ago, does it? Time passes. I was then thinking, wow, I was asked this past week, or I had to fill out a form for all ministers and licensed teachers in Unity. And I was filling it out and it said, when did you enter your first ministry? And I took it as when I walked into Unity of Hawaii. How many years ago was it? It said. And I thought, oh, well, I figured it all out, and I thought that was I had a 3-month-old, let's see, he was born 64, 1965, it had to be 65. Then I figured out how many years I'd been in Unity, coming up to this point. And I thought, that's a lot of years. You know, you had to take some addition and subtraction and all that to put it together. And at the moment, it's escaping me how it was, but it was the right number, a big number of years here, which got me thinking about all of you, because I want to know what brought you to Unity. You know, Michael, you talked about the journey of our lives, and sometimes there's some real moguls in that, right? Sometimes there's some real places where we go off a cliff and we're not quite sure where we're going to land and if we're going to land at all. And sometimes there's just a normal winding path. And when I started looking at that whole gamut of my life experiences from, a 4-year-old who absolutely couldn't be kept away from Sunday school because that was just the biggest day of the year, or day of the week for me. My folks moved from Chicago out to Villa Park, Illinois. We moved on a Saturday, I guess. And I was 4. And Sunday morning, I woke them up, and I had my little fancy pants that mothers used to put on us. They ironed the ruffles, guys. They ironed the ruffles on the panties. And I brought them, and I said, it's Sunday school. And I had my dress and my panties, and I wanted to go. And I wouldn't stop with it until my dad finally stuck me in a car, took me to a church, dropped me off, and to whoever was at the curb and said, please take this kid. I'll come back in an hour, but we've got to, he explained the story. And they took me in. It was a congregational church where I ultimately was married in that church many years later. But, it's been such a winding path. And sometimes I look at it and think it's very smooth and natural. Why did Unity fit so well after I always say I'm a walking ecumenical conference because of all the places I was, even as a kid. Because I had questions and I needed answers and nobody was answering my questions. And I would be comfortable for a while, then that didn't fit anymore, and I'd move on to something else. But when I came to Unity, it fit. And all of a sudden, I wasn't so full of questions, I guess. And years later, I met John Schaefer, who had been the Evangelical United Brethren Church minister in Villa Park when we first moved there. And he was leading a meditation group in Dundee, Illinois. And this was now big circle. I've lived many places, and now I'm back. And I was taken to this meditation group, and he said, Judy, you know why Unity fits so well for you? He said, because when you were a little girl, and I'd probably 4th, 5th, 6th grades, I was going to their house after school and helping his wife take care of their 3 or 4 babies that they had 3 or 4 years in a row. And then he would drive me home from babysitting. And he said, honey, I couldn't talk about this on Sunday, but I was reading Charles and Myrtle Fillmore and Emily Cady and Martha Smock and all these wonderful Unity people. I was reading them, and that's what I taught you, Judy. And you had our private class in my car and in our home when you were doing diapers. I used to talk to you about all that. And so it was right. And I thought, you all have your journey too. Sometimes when we come because we need so much. We hurt so much inside. Some people come through our doors because they need fellowship. They're lonely. And somebody says, in Unity, that name means a lot. Some because they need a hug and they need to be comforted and they need love. And they come to Unity. Some come because I love to sing and I love the kind of songs these people sing. I love upbeat people, and so I come. They come there. Whatever it is, we all come through the doors at different times, but what do we find when we get there? And this is important to me to hear a few words. Think back, if you would, to when you first walked into your first Unity church, or when you came in this morning, if that's what it takes. What did you experience that said, hey, this feels pretty good? Shout some out. This is it, okay. Welcome. You felt welcomed. I'm home, yes. Palpable love, okay. Inspiration. Yeah, acceptance. And truth for the journey, a way of life that puts things together for me. What else? Meaning, okay. Not going just through rituals. I could sink my teeth into this, right? I can see that where I can go with this in my life. It isn't, oh, this is the end all, and this is how we do it, and then just don't ask questions, just be happy. Here, just sit here. Anything else you want to add right now? Okay, accountability, responsibility for your spiritual sustenance, yeah, whoever said spiritual Meg, okay. Spiritual grounding, compassion, belonging. Okay, so these are good. So I'm going to ask you a question about when you first came. Think back to maybe how old you were. What I came up with when I did that, I was 26 when I entered Unity of Hawaii and thought, oh, this is cool. This is me, you know. But stand up, everybody, if you would. Everybody on your feet. And so the question I'm going to ask you, first of all, is this. For those of you who entered, say, after age 75 and older, how many of you after age 75 and older? Not a soul. Okay. How about 61 to 75? Okay, good. You can have a seat. Have a seat. Those of you who 61 to 75. How about 41 to 60? You were between 41 and 60. Like in your 40s, your 50s. So when you got here, you may be seated then. Those of you. How about between 26 and 40? Okay, you're pretty young. And is there anybody still standing? Nancy, are you still standing? Okay, and under 20, it is Molly. 25 years and under. Mary Ann, 25 years and under. There aren't many of us who were born into Unity. That's the point here. We came to Unity because it was right for us, because somehow that spirit within us, sometimes I think of it as, I've thought of it sometimes as a cord to my heart from spirit that's drawing me up, and it never ends. That's, I think, the beautiful part of it. When I think about this church, Unity Church of Traverse City, or Unity Spiritual Center, Traverse City, Michigan, when I think of that and think of what brought me here, I remember that first day. Now, that was in 2000. I'm thinking it had to be a Friday. And I came off a plane out there, and it seemed to me as though we had to go down steps. I'm not sure there was a concourse. But I came from Maui to LA, probably to Detroit. I don't remember how the plane came, to Traverse City. And I dressed in Maui, and it was January, and I got off the plane in Traverse. And I remember it being all white. And I remember my kids, my son and daughter-in-law, picked me up in Traverse City, and I remember they brought a coat. I'd said, I don't have a coat, guys. You got to bring a coat, you know. So they enveloped me in that, and then we drove up here, and there were all these cars here. And I thought, you know, it's like a Friday afternoon. What's going on? And I learned that you were getting ready for the memorial service the next day for Jerry Bodemer. Some of you remember Priscilla and Jerry. And he had passed it, and I thought, all these people, but I didn't know at that time. I didn't know till Saturday when I met with the board and others, what was happening here that day. No, yeah. No, it must have been a Thursday and they did it. I don't know how it happened because they couldn't have done it the day we were here for the service. But in any case, you were preparing for that. And my point is that I knew from that, from seeing that, and then the next day, and finally the Sunday service, when some of us were here together, not all of you, but some of you were here, and I came in thinking, is this my tribe? That was what I was looking for. There, it was a lot to take me out of Maui, I got to tell you. You had to be good. And so I had two things in mind. Can I be outrageously myself with these people? And is this my tribe? I'd had one experience where they took me to Tacoma when I was teaching at the village, took me to Tacoma, Washington, and those same questions, I got a big N-O. God went, no, Judy, no. Is this my tribe? No way. I just didn't feel like I was at home. You said that earlier. But people come here, and sometimes it's only when they sing the peace song that they get it, and sometimes it's from the moment they walk through that door, or when they hear the music from outside, and they know, oh, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And I knew, even though there was a part of me that was going, I don't think I want to go. I don't think I want to take this step, God. Do I really have to leave Maui? Do I really have to? And then Marty jumps up, and he calls the choir up to the big grand piano, and they go around it, and they sing, Here I am, Lord. Use me, guide me. Well, that took care of it. It was a deal. Then, and from that moment on, every part of it, Raleigh, you know your part in that. Every part of it said, this is right. So that was my first coming here. But now I feel like I'm in my second coming with you all. And my second coming is just even more exciting than my first coming. Because when I left in 2005, I thought, this is the end of active ministry. But now you've allowed me to come back and be a part of the congregation again. And I feel like there's a spiritual home here that will always be with me no matter where I am. And no matter where you are, that we are one in the Spirit. We are one in the Lord. We are woven together, if you would. And there is a tie that binds, blessed be the tie that binds our hearts. And I want to say in abundant love, our hearts in fulfilling love. I'm not going to say just Christian love, because I would say our hearts are much bigger than that. And our binding is much better than that. So with all of this, and it's been going on for a while, wow. I want you to just think about what a gift it's been that you were guided here to, that we've been guided together. I'm looking back there, Rowdy, at you for a moment, that Rowdy is with us right now, that each one of us is with us. This circle is not complete if any of us are missing. And there are, of course, empty chairs. And we have people down in Florida. We have people who are probably at home in their jammies. And it doesn't really matter. They are part of this fellowship. And that's what we are. We are a fellowship of believers who support one another and who love one another. And I was on a 2-day seminar or summit meeting a couple of weeks ago, and the first day was spent asking the question, how are we treating each other? And I thought, this is something to take to us on our annual meeting day. How do we really treat each other? So that when we leave, we feel that sense of being at home, being loved, being supported, being encouraged, being lifted up by the fellowship here. And I'm going to list a few of those, and I want you to just take a look at, is this how I feel, and is this how I treat others in our congregation? In other words, it's an in and out thing. It's an in and out. It's a give and a take. One of them was, do I help create a hospitable and accountable community? Is my energy invested here? Am I doing what I can to better this body? Am I using my gifts, my spiritual gifts that I've been given? Has there been room for me to express those gifts? Have I been called forth and had to say yes when even I didn't feel up to it? When I thought, oh, not me, God, I don't think I can do that. Many of you have done that. Many of you have said, me, pray out loud? Oh, no, I can't do that. And you became chaplains. And you began to pray with people and make calls. There's so many other ways that we've stepped out of our comfort zones together. Have I learned to listen deeply? And I think that is so important, to listen intently to what someone says. Or is my mind spinning off for the next person? You know, that is something that I know that I've been guilty of. I'll use that word, guilty of. When somebody, after a service and you're talking with somebody and you know somebody is standing right there over their shoulder and they're talking to you, and this one's here and this one's pulling your energy, and pretty soon I'm peeking up like that and I'm not present anymore. I know that. And I know how it feels also when others do that, and I'm not the one who's sharing my heart and my soul, and I'm not being received. So are we listening deeply to one another? Are we being able to handle the silence after we say something even? Or when we're waiting for them for this next thing, and there's a big pause, or we ask a question. Can we handle the silence that's there that allows whatever the next thing is to come forth? Can we respect that? Can I suspend and can we suspend judgment? And I think this is difficult for me when I think about us as a body, because there's a big world out there, and there's a lot that we love and that we like, and some that we don't like and that we don't love. And we go into judgment, mass judgment, individual judgment. Am I able to suspend judgment? It's a constant question, always. Suspend that judgment. And when things get difficult, am I able to go to the next step? And rather than saying, no, 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 am I willing to go the next step and go into, I wonder why I said that. Why did I react that way? React rather than respond. Why did I do that? Or I wonder what brought them to that place. I wonder what's going on. Can I take that when I've been in judgment and go to wonder? Because that's something that it comes up all the time in our lives, not just here, but with our friends and our families and our acquaintances all beyond here. And finally, am I able to acknowledge that every voice, every body, every soul has its place here and has value? Every single one of us. We are pretty much a vanilla. We're middle-aged and senior congregation, the way I'm looking at us right now. But every one of us has value, and every one of us at every point in our lives is an asset here. I will always remember Jim Coates coming in and sitting over there, and what a difference it made. And kind of like, well, there's a hole there when I don't see his smile. And there's other names and faces. Some of you know, and people I wonder when I drive down here, whatever happened to the Ecclestones? That name came to me today driving down. Whatever happened to the couple that lived on Prouty Road? I can describe them to you, but I don't have their last name, but I know I've just passed their road and I see them. And I can remember their life stories. Or Frida, or, the names go on and on and on. And someday I'd like to sit down with some of you who have been here a long time and we'll take our old, picture book and tell me where these people are and what's happened in their lives. We are a tapestry. We are a tapestry. A tapestry of individuals, but a tapestry of like hearts and minds and souls. And Spirit has brought us on this, and so on this path together, and there's so much for which we can be grateful. James Dillett Freeman, and you know what his real name was? James Dillett freed man. There was a D in there. I don't know when Jim dropped that, but when I started seeing that, I could see that there is something in our souls that would drop the D too, because when we realize that we're free to be who we have been created to be, we are freed. But he wrote this on the 100th anniversary of Unity, and that 100th anniversary was 1987. 1987. I was teaching at the Village then, and here are the words. 100 years of unity, 100 years of prayer, of helping people know that when they need God, God is there. This is our faith. God is at hand. We need but seek to find the secret dwelling place of God in our own heart and mind. God's love has answered our heart's prayer even before we call. God is our help in every need, Christ in one and all. So unity, oh unity, come sing with us about the faith that leaves the whole world free and yet leaves no one out. Sing, oh sing, our unity, because we have a faith that truly leaves the whole world free and absolutely leaves no one out. And in our prayers and in our consciousness, I invite you to spread your wings and spread your heart so wide that you have entered and are encompassing and bringing in a whole pool of wondrous thought and people and love. And God bless you. And I was in the car driving from Molly's. The Lord, this will be a benediction right now, I guess. So the Lord, the divine, the allness, bless you and keep you. And the Lord make his face and his heart and her heart shine upon you. May this Spirit always lift up your countenance. And may you always go in peace. God bless. God bless.
I remember my first church experience. I was 7, and I didn't care to go back. Although I received a small zip-up Bible, which that was something that I kept in a drawer and really only opened it now and then. And I know that a number of people here have been here as long as Libby and I have been coming, and even longer. Certainly, Mary Ann, you're the youngest. But we've seen a lot of ministers pass through this building, and personally, I think we're blessed to have the best one we've had in all these years. So, thank you so much. And it was one of the founding members, Bucky Walter, who raised my consciousness about giving. The church was new. We had a big mortgage, and he said, we have to pay for this building, and it would help if you would give a little bit more. And I don't know as he was talking directly to me, but I figured he was. So I no longer reached in my pocket for that $5 bill or $10. I started writing checks, and we still have our home, and we aren't bankrupt, so. The mortgage is Yes, and the mortgage is paid off. So whatever you're holding in your hands, whatever you've been giving, continue to give, know that it's very much appreciated and actually necessary. So let's affirm together our prosperity blessing, which is on the screen. Together, as I see the world through the vistas of Christ, I see a world blessed and prospered.
This is going to be our call to worship for next month. So pay attention. And if you feel like singing along, sing along. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We have come together as family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. Sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place, in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place, in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place, in this place. Raise the roof, shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Yeah, 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 Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place, in this place.
Well, we can stand up, gather in a circle. Again, we want to welcome anyone who is here for the first time. Everyone is welcome to stay for our potluck, which is a soup and salad potluck. And everyone is welcome to attend the annual meeting, whether you're a member or not. Remember, the Compassionate Choices meets this Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. And next Saturday from 10 to noon is Lori's Sedona workshop. And as far as the Father Fred items up here, tomorrow or Tuesday, I think Tuesday is when it's going to be taken over. So if anyone could volunteer to help pack that up tomorrow, see Bob as far as time regarding when you should come. And where is Bob? Lori, where is Bob? Yeah, and we do have prayer chaplains again. Thanks also to this wonderful musical team and Rowdy in the booth, and our greeters and the folks who are setting up the food in the back. And Judy, would you like to close us out with a prayer?
Okay, I'd love to. So let's just take a moment to just know that this is a divine appointment that we be together this morning. And we give thanks for all that we receive and all that we share and all of those on whose shoulders we stand who have brought us to this moment, have made this possible for us as we dedicate ourselves, both in spirit, mind, and body, to being and doing all we've been created to be. Here we are, God, use us. Thank you. In our prayer of protection, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.